Visakha, known as the City of Destiny, is spread on the coast of Bay of Bengal in Andhra Pradesh. Being an abode of natural beauty, this city attracts a large number of tourists and is developing by leaps and bounds. Andhra University, which gained national prominence with its unique style of offering higher education, is situated in this city.
Hello everyone, I welcome you all to a brand new episode of Gita. I hope you all are doing good and are safe and sound. Uh, thank you all for supporting since 6 months, and it's been a great support. And also would personally like to thank our honorable Vice Chancellor Professor PVGD Prasad Reddy Garu, who has supported us and guided us in building this platform, and also. Helped us in shaping this platform. And I also want to thank our beloved Principal Garu, Professor Peri Srinivas Rao Garu, for shaping this platform and also guiding this platform. Today we have a very special guest who is a civil professor and also recipient of many awards. Now I hand over the session to today's anchor, Mohammed. Over to you, Mohammed.
Hello everyone, I'm Mohammad Abdul Subhan, and I'm from Electrical Engineering Department. Today I want to start this new episode of Gita from introducing our chief guest, who is our Honorable Dr. CNB Satyanarayana Reddy Garu, who is a professor of Civil Engineering Department at Andhra University College of Engineering, Visakhapatnam, and has an experience of 29 years in teaching, research, and consultancy. He has also served as director of Andhra University Development Center. He has organized more than 30 seminars, workshops, and working programs. He has even organized the prestigious Indian Geotechnological Conference 2020. He is a recipient of AP Scientist Award 2020 in the discipline of civil engineering from Government of Andhra Pradesh and AP State Council of Science and Technology. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan Best Academician Award 2014 from Andhra University and Engineers of the Year 2006 Award from Government of Andhra Pradesh and Institution of Engineers AP Center. Now I invite Professor CNV Satyanarayana Reddy Garu on the screen.
Thank you, Subhan, for your nice introduction. So, good evening to all of you. So, today, during my talk, I would like to give a brief introduction to civil engineering and explain the significance of civil engineering. And then I'll expose you to the opportunities for students from civil engineering, and I will also present the challenges that are existing in the field of civil engineering, both in terms of field practice and in terms of research. So to start my presentation, so you can see from this slide, so civil engineers always proudly say we create the world, because whatever infrastructure facilities that are required for safe and comfort living is provided by civil engineers. So you name any infrastructure facility, behind the stability and durability of that structure, you have a group of dedicated civil engineers. So coming to civil engineering, when you compare with other branches, we can say it is oldest branch of engineering, and that's why it is regarded as mother of engineering disciplines. And the civil engineering origin and development, right, dates back to civilization. And what we can say here is civil engineering branch will continue to have its demand as long as human life exists on earth, because there will be continuous need for building of houses, roads, providing water supply facilities, construction of irrigation channels, right? Uh, Construction of treatment plants for wastewater from industries, and so on. So it is a never-ending thing. So the demand for civil engineers is perennial and is going to grow because of more urbanization, more infrastructure facilities are coming. And unlike olden days, now the constructions are to be made in the available sites. Even if some filled up material is there, or even if some problematic soils are there, you have to live with those soil conditions and plan and right design your infrastructure facility there. So looking at civil engineering, it deals with planning, designing, and construction of buildings, roads. Technically, we say them as pavements. You have bituminous pavements, concrete pavements, bridges, airfields, canals, reservoirs, dams, retaining walls, coastal structures, water supply, distribution systems, irrigation structures, water and wastewater management systems, and environment protection. So whatever we do through our construction activity, right, whatever other things we do on earth, we should take care that it is not affecting the environment. So in civil engineering, we also take care of controlling pollution of air, water, and soil as well. So this profession requires dedicated, honest, and creative minds. So whatever, maybe same building you are designing, but you can show your creative mind. Not only in architectural point of view, even in design aspects also, you can try different things. So civil engineering is a well-respected, recognized profession in the society. Until there is boom for software engineering, general common people, engineer means to their mind, civil engineer will come into mind, or mechanical engineer, right? So that privilege is there. Even if you see old movies also, engineer, hero is engineer, he is basically civil engineer. And proudly we can say Engineers Day, which is celebrated every year on 15th September, right, is on the birth anniversary of greatest ever Indian civil engineer, Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. Right, so that is the significance of civil engineering field. So the greatest civil engineer birthday is being celebrated in India as Engineers Day. So before going into the major disciplines of civil engineering, just I'll take you to some of the significant contributions of Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. Any civil engineering student who is undergoing the education, or the students who are likely to opt for civil engineering for their graduate program, they should know about Mokshagundam Visvesvaraya. If anyone goes through his biography, right, and achievements, definitely you will be attracted towards the field of civil engineering. So this picture you might have seen right from your childhoods. Right, this is the picture of Bharat Ratna Sir Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya. So his date of birth is mentioned, and he lived up to 1962. So from this you can see that he lived for more than 100 years, right? 101 plus years. So what you should understand from Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya lifespan is, if you are honest, sincere and dedicated and service oriented, God will take care of you and he will bless you with your complete lifespan, right? So human beings, we generally expect, right, 100 years. He is our dedicated quota. So God allowed him to live for more than 100 years. Okay, so during your leisure time, you can have complete look at its total biography. So significant contributions of Sir MB, we call Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya as Sir MB in short form. So he is an architect of Krishnarajasagar Dam, right, in Mysore. Some of you might have visited Vrindavan Gardens. Before going to that, you will be walking over this dam, right? The Krishnarajasagar Dam is built, right, under the guidance of Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya. His contributions are many in Karnataka, not only Karnataka, in neighboring states. Even in Andhra Pradesh also. Coming to Hyderabad, so Hyderabad was facing the problem of floods from Moosi River. So Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya has designed a flood protection system, and with that the floods were controlled, right, in later period. And many of you might have traveled through Ghat Road of Tirumala Hills to see Lord Balaji. So the original plan for road construction, right, the Ghat Road construction and the design was given by Sir MB. Not only that, he served as chief engineer of Mysore State, and subsequently he also served as Divan of the Mysore State. So you'll be surprised to know with his quality. These days, if anyone is elevated to the position of chief engineer, immediately they will host a party, right? So all his relations, friends, everybody will be there. They will eat, right? And they will be putting for their demands, everything, right, to that person. But what Sir Mokshagundam Vishweshwaraya has done is, he has invited all his friends and relatives to a party just before taking the charge of chief engineer, and took a word from them that they will never come to him for any favor during his tenure. After taking word from his close associates, he joined as chief engineer, right? So that much dedication he has got, right? So he is always principled, never influenced by anyone, never did favor to anyone. He discharged his duties right, in his full capacity without any influences. So he is responsible for founding Mysore soap factory. Whatever Mysore sandal soap you are using, that is from this factory. He is responsible for establishment of many industries like Mysore Iron and Steel Works at Bhadravati. He is associated with the establishment of number of education institutions, right? So you can see some of the institutions here. Sri J. Chamarajendra Polytechnic Institute, the Bangalore Agricultural University, Engineering College at Bangalore. Later it was named as University Vishweshwaraya College of Engineering, whatever UVCG Bangalore, now we are seeing, right, is also started by Mokshagunda Vishwesvaraya. And whatever State Bank of Mysore you have, right, that is also started by Mokshagunda Vishwesvaraya. His contributions are many. So seeing his expertise in water supply management and drainage system designs, Government of India has sent him to Eden. Now it is known as MN. And one more important contribution is Mokshagunda Vishwesvaraya has planned the Indian economy, right, in the year 1934. So for all his contributions in the year 1955, he was awarded the India's greatest honor, the Bharat Ratna, right, for his impeccable work in the fields of engineering and education. So all the civil engineering students should imbibe the qualities of Sir Mokshagunda Vishwesvaraya, and wherever they are, whatever position in which they are discharging their duties, they should get never influenced by any other persons, right? You have to do whatever you believe that is correct to your best of knowledge. Okay, so coming to civil engineering education. So many of the civil engineering students who have joined, they simply might have joined since they could not get a seat in other specialization. Particularly these days, people are after computer science because software jobs are many. Next ECE, right? Electrical, then mechanical, civil, chemical, all these things, right? Come next. Okay. So let me say what advantages civil engineering students will have, right? First thing is, if you look at the job opportunities in government sector, civil engineering has the maximum number of jobs available compared to other engineering branches or disciplines. And one more significant advantage civil engineering graduates have is they can become entrepreneurs. They can start their own consulting firm, construction firm, or even they can plan to set up a material testing laboratory. Okay, so they need not depend on other government organizations or private organizations for their job. Right, if they are interested, they can start their own right establishments. And civil engineering graduates will have challenging careers in leading civil engineering firms. We have many multinational companies working in mega projects in India. Not only that, civil engineering students have challenging offers with high pay in other countries as well. So in civil engineering, there is abundant scope for higher education because you have a good number of good institutions offering PG program in different different specializations of civil engineering, and also there is ample scope for research. Also, civil engineering graduates, if they pursue master's program, they are eligible for joining academic institutions as faculty members. And also, there are opportunities for working in R&D organizations. I am going to show you what are the different organizations you have in government, private and public sector undertakings, and also what are the different research organizations you have where you can plan for a career. And civil engineers are better paid than other disciplines. In a country like USA also, if you look at average pay of civil engineers, it is much higher compared to average pay of any other discipline engineers. So only thing is civil engineers initially start with a lower salary, but as they grow in their job, right, in hierarchy, their income also grows, right, exponentially. And one more advantage civil engineering graduates have is, if they wish, they can stay in their core branch and select a career and settle. If not, they can start learning, right, programming languages, and they can appear for campus interviews on par with computer science student, CSE student, or any other stream student. And whatever software job computer science student gets, same job civil engineering graduates can also get. Civil engineering students, because of their good logic, right, they will be quick to grasp, right, the skills in programming languages, right. So that is one more additional advantage of studying civil engineering. So coming to civil engineering, if you complete your B.Tech in civil engineering, you can plan to specialize by doing M.Tech, right, in specialized fields. So earlier when Visakhapatnam was there, that time diploma in civil engineering, that itself is enough. With that knowledge itself, they used to work on a specific project and try to evolve solutions. Now that we have specialized programs at M.Tech, right, with different titles, focusing right, a particular subject, right, of civil engineering. You can see now if you go by the PG programs offered by premier institutions, in addition to whatever titles that are given, you will find a few more. But major specializations, if you observe, right, they are like structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, water resource engineering, transportation engineering, environmental engineering, construction technology, and project management. So while doing B.Tech civil engineering, you will be developing interest towards a particular field of civil engineering, and accordingly you can choose to pursue M.Tech in that particular field, right? So even if you do M.Tech in any of these specializations, there are abundant right, job opportunities with reasonably good salary. Even with B.Tech also, B.Tech civil engineering also, there are several core jobs readily waiting in public sector and the private sector. So we'll go to that. Before that, just let us see what students pursuing M.Tech in these different specializations of civil engineering are going to do. So in structural engineering, the students will be exposed to design of reinforced cement, concrete, steel, and timber structures. So they will be exposed to design and construction of tall buildings, towers, bridges, dams, retaining walls, foundations, and stadium. So whatever civil engineering facilities you are seeing built of concrete, steel, or wood, so all they are engineered by structural engineers, right? So even in B.Tech civil engineering also, the students are exposed to the basic design of all these things. Of course, some electives are there with advanced reinforced concrete design and all. But in MTech structural engineering stream, they will be exposed in full, complete design, even including their design to withstand the loads that may arise in these structures during disasters like earthquake or under cyclonic winds, right? So complete design they will be learning. So geotechnical engineering. So this domain of civil engineering deals with characterization of subsoil layers and that will guide the civil engineers to adopt the appropriate type of foundations for a given civil engineering facility. Not only that, you know that soil is used as construction material. If you look at railway track constructed on earthen embankment or road laid on embankment, particularly in the approaches of bridges, you see road laid on an embankment of 3 to 6 meter high, right? So that embankment is built completely using soil. Whether the soil in nearby area is suitable to construct embankments, if at all it is suitable, at what slope, at what side slopes the embankment shall be constructed, right? So all those aspects will be studied by the students in geotechnical engineering. Not only that, in industrial establishments, your machines will have special foundations, right? So in geotechnical engineering, students will be exposed to behavior of soil under dynamic loads. So what are the different types of machine foundations, how they are to be designed, what is the design criteria. So all those aspects, right, will be dealt here. So basically soil mechanics, foundation engineering, and then design of earthen structures. These days in urban areas, when you are going for construction of high-rise structures, it is being planned to have cellar and subcellar floors to meet the demand for parking. So by the time excavation is to be made for creation of such cellar, subcellar floors, already neighboring structures will be there. Without adopting proper soil supporting system, if you try to excavate, you will land in trouble. So what are the different earth retaining systems you have? So all those right issues will be covered here. So a lot of scope is there for geotechnical engineers in various civil engineering projects. So water resources engineering. The students of water resource engineering will be learning about design of water distribution systems. They will be exposed to design of navigational waterways, design of irrigation structures, right? Many cross drainage works are there. They will be exposed to that. Aqueducts, overpasses like that. They will be dealing with flood control levees, dams, and even lakes, desilting of lakes. And important aspect is urban drainage. These days, we are noticing that during heavy rainfall, during monsoon period or during cyclones, right, cities are getting flooded. So how to mitigate that problem, right? What are the various options that are there, right? So all these aspects will be studied in water resources engineering discipline. So coming to transportation engineering, domain of civil engineering, there the students will be exposed to planning, design and construction of highways, railways, airfield pavements. Then they'll be exposed to urban and suburban road networks, whatever metros you are seeing, right? So that is covered in this transportation engineering. How to design parking lots and how to design and manage traffic control systems, right? So all these things will be covered in transportation engineering. So with rapid urbanization, right, all the cities are facing the problem of traffic congestion. To overcome that, we need the expert advice of qualified transportation engineers. So next important specialization of civil engineering is environmental engineering. So here in environmental engineering, the students are trained to design and analyze water and wastewater treatment plants. They are exposed to design waste containing systems, what are known as landfills, right? So waste containing systems are there separately for non-hazardous waste and hazardous waste. What are the essential requirements? And environmental engineers also analyze and mitigate the most challenging problem of environmental pollution. They will analyze air, water, and soil pollution caused by mainly in the industries or emissions from vehicles, and they suggest the mitigation measures, right? So a lot of importance is being given by the governments to protect the environment by taking appropriate steps. The next discipline or specialization at MTech level you will see is construction technology and project management. So here the students will be made to learn about conventional and advanced construction materials. They will be exposed to different types of construction equipment. In recent years, many mechanized, right, automated equipments have come. They will be also exposed to advanced construction technologies. So building a multi-storied structure does not require even right months time now, right? So using prefabricated members, by simply bringing them and assembling in the site, right, you are able to construct structures within weeks. And the students are also exposed to construction safety. What are the different measures to be taken in construction projects for safety of personnel involved? And the students are exposed to various aspects of project planning and the project management. How to meet the scheduled times, identification of critical paths, right? So all those things will be covered here. CPM principles, all those things will be studied here. So mainly a student specialized in this will be able to handle a project within the stipulated time and without deviating much from the budget, right? So all essential information required to meet the deadlines and to meet the given budget, how to adjust construction materials, technologies, everything, right? They will be equipped with that. Okay, so having known about different specializations of civil engineering, now let us see what are the job opportunities you have at central government levels, state government level, opportunities in public sector undertakings, leading private consulting organizations, R&D organizations, right? So there is exhaustive list I have gathered, right? Some of the organization list for your reference. So there are plenty of opportunities for B.Tech civil engineering students. If they appear for Indian Engineering Services, IES, Indian Engineering Services exam, they will get a job, right, in these engineering services, like border research, border roads engineering service, BRO we say, Central Engineering Service, that is CPWD, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Central Water Commission. They can get placed in military engineer services, Indian Organs Factory Service, right? Indian Railways, Survey of India, Indian Inspection Works, PNT, Building Work Service, military engineering services repeated. Okay, Central Pollution Control. Right? And in addition, even Indian Forest Service also has placements for civil engineers. So UPSC conducts examination every year for placements in these organizations. So coming to different central and state level public sector undertakings, you have very reputed firms handling very important projects. To name them, EIL, Engineers India Limited, BPCL, Coal India Limited, then DDA, Delhi Development Authority, Dredging Corporation of India, DCIL, Petrol Limited, ECIL, GAIL, Gas Authority of India Limited. So these electricity corporations are there in every state. So here Gujarat is listed like that, for every state it is there. Then Heavy Engineering Corporation Limited, HPCL, ISRO, IOCL, ERCON Limited, then Vishak Bharati, right, cooperative organization, Mumbai Railway Vikas Corporation Limited, NALCO, National Aluminium Company Limited, National Buildings Corporation, Construction Corporation Limited, NBCC, National Fertilizers Limited, NHAI, National Highway Authority of India, National Projects Construction Company Limited, NTPC, National Thermal Power Corporation Limited, right? As I said, the power generation corporations state-wise are available. ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, Power Grid, RVNL, Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, RITES, SAIL, right? Steel plants, port trusts, and so on. So coming to R&D organizations, you have Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, NSTL, Naval Science and Technological Laboratory, Central Soil and Materials Research Station, CRRI, Central Road Research Institute, Central Building Research Institute, Baba Atomic Research Center, Indian Space Research Organization, Structural Engineering Research Center. Of course, these R&D organizations generally prefer students with postgraduate qualification. So whatever earlier PSUs and the central government jobs I have projected, they will take both graduates as well as postgraduate students. For IES, for Indian Engineering Services, for UPSC examinations, right, the basic qualification is B.Tech civil engineering. Some PSUs may ask for PG specialization, but majority are for B.Tech. Whereas R&D organization, employment is for postgraduate students. So coming to state government engineering departments, you have roads and building department, Panchayat Raj department, AP MSIDC, AP IIC, AP State Police Housing Corporation, right? APEW, IDC. So AP means we are mentioning them pertaining to Andhra Pradesh state. Like that in other states, they have their respective right departments. Irrigation CAD, Water Resource Development, RWS, AP Genco and AP Transco, AP Tourism Development Corporation, Public Health and Municipal Engineering Services, and the State Pollution Control Boards. But pertaining to AP, it is written so AP PCB, but depending upon the state, right, they will have with their state name. Right, so like that you have several state government engineering departments, and there is ample opportunity for placements in local bodies like municipal corporations, urban or metropolitan region development authorities, and in the state of Andhra Pradesh, we have Gram Sachivalayas. There also employment is there for civil engineers with B.Tech qualification or even with diploma in civil engineering, the openings are there. There are many consulting organizations, private consulting organizations, which are handling several thousand crores of civil engineering works. Right, the turnover is in several right 1,000 crores. So to name a few, L&T, Larsen Toubro, you know, all of them. DLF, Delhi Land and Finance, India. Tata Projects, Gammon, India. ACOM. So ACOM is specialized in construction of metro rail. Delhi Metro, Bombay Metro, even Hyderabad Metro, they are involved. HCC, Hindustan Construction Company. Shapurji and Palanji and Co. NCC Limited. RV Associates, Kunj Lloyd, Mega Engineering and Infrastructure Limited. They are associated with our Power project. Many more other works they are doing. Kellar Ground Engineering Company, lot of ground improvement. They are specialized in strengthening weak foundation soils. Right? They are experts in ground engineering. Simplex, L is missing here. Simplex Infrastructure Limited, Bridge and Roof Company India Limited, and in cement industries also civil engineers have plenty of jobs. Okay, so going through this list, right? I hope all of you will be motivated. There are a lot of opportunities for civil engineers, and as I said, even after doing civil engineering, if you have still inclination to software engineering, if you want to become software engineer, you can always become. Start learning programming languages when you are in 2.2 or 3.1, right? By the time software companies come for campus placements, you can compete with your other friends from other B.Tech disciplines, right? CSE, EC and all. On par with them, you will also have selection. But if you stay in core job and join in any of these organizations, really you will enjoy your profession. Whatever constructions you are making, they will be they will be lasting for a long time. People will remember you, and you'll be proud. You can proudly say, "This is my contribution." If you are involved in the construction of a bridge, whenever you travel, you can proudly say, right, to your relatives and your family that I'm involved in construction of this bridge. Yes, job satisfaction will be there, and also your knowledge. If you want to show some innovative design there, you can always do that. Okay, so coming to challenges of civil engineering, present challenges. Due to increased construction activity and continuous dependence on conventional construction materials, there is shortage of conventional materials. So you need to search for alternate construction materials. At the same time, they should not increase the project cost. So that's why we have the other problem also. These days, due to industrialization, lot of wastes are being produced at the industries. So civil engineers, particularly civil engineering researchers, are exploring the possibility of considering usage of waste in various civil engineering constructions. Right? Once upon a time, crusher dust is a waste generated at the rock crushing units. Now, crusher dust is an efficient engineering material. It is being used as alternate to sand in concrete making. Right? It is being used in construction of reinforced soil structures. Right? So earlier, people used to take crusher dust from quarries, stone dust or crusher dust from quarries for simply basement filling purpose or filling of low-lying areas. Now, ready-mix plants are using it as alternate to sand, particularly in the periods where sand is scarce and costly. Okay. So as I mentioned, due to growing of cities and due to establishment of more industries, whatever site that is assigned by government, there they are to be set up. Whatever may be the soil. Earlier, in olden days, there used to be a choice. If soil is not good, they used to shift the project to some other site. Now, there is no such option. You have to live with the existing conditions at the site. You need to have appropriate technology to strengthen the weak soil deposit, or if soil has reasonable strength, we should adopt a foundation which can stably stand and support your intended construction. Right? So a lot of developments took place in constructions, particularly in problematic soils. Most of you know problematic soil is clay black in color, known as black bottom soil. Not only that, along sea coast we have much more problematic soils possessing very low shear strength, like loose saturated silt or soft clays, marine clays. Right? We have techniques to strengthen such low shear strength soils and to lay foundations in them to support various infrastructure projects there. With the shift of students towards other streams of engineering, there is no proportionate growth in qualified civil engineers to handle the amount of civil engineering constructions that are happening across the globe. So there are insufficient qualified engineers in many sites. Qualified engineers are not there. Sufficient number is not there, or sometimes number is there but they are not qualified. Just now and then one qualified person comes and gives instructions. Right? So that is a status. There is a lot of scarcity for qualified civil engineers. So that's why while undergoing civil engineering education itself, you should equip yourself with necessary skills. Simple book reading does not help. Fortunately, these days everything is available on internet. You can browse and see practical application of whatever topic you are studying in any of the subjects. And fortunately for civil engineers, field laboratory is free, right? So even if you walk by a road also, you get the chance to observe whatever construction that are taking place. If some building is under construction, you can always there what type of foundation they have laid, what is the nature of soil, right? How much thickness of foundation is laid. Similarly, what is the size of a column that is used, what is the cross section of beam that is used. Coming to slabs and floor slabs, how the reinforcement detailing is done. So all that students have to see wherever some construction is going on. Civil engineering students should make it a point to visit and see what is happening there and correlate with what they are studying, what code is saying, what whether it is exactly being followed by the engineers in the site or not. So all those things civil engineers should make it a habit. Then only they can become an efficient civil engineer, and he will be ready to serve the construction industry. Right? Whatever organization that conducts interview, they should not feel that you are inexperienced. You are not exposed to real construction. That feeling should not be there. So most of the colleges are offering training during summer by sending the students to construction sites. The idea is to expose the students to practical aspects of construction of civil engineering structures. So some students simply skip, they do not involve in the training, they get some certificate and submit. They should not do like that. They have to utilize that complete period. Not only that, during coursework also, whenever they notice any construction activity going on, laying of a road, construction of a building, or construction of a bridge, construction of flyover, whatever it is, right? They should make it a point to visit to that site and observe, right? How the construction is taking place, what construction equipment they are using. So all those things that they should see. If they are interested, still they can interact with the concerned engineers and they can verify the design details even. Okay, so present day mass housing construction projects are coming. So even governments building mass housing, right, structures. They are constructing in such a way that they are durable, they are resisting the unbalanced forces which they are likely to experience under earthquakes or during occurrence of cyclones. They are constructing all those houses with the shear walls, right? So provision of shear walls in particularly tall constructions will improve the resistance against the disasters, right? Particularly earthquakes and cyclonic winds. So people should be exposed how to design these structures subjected to loads anticipated from earthquakes and expected cyclonic wind loads. For example, Vizag, right? In 2014, we have experienced the cyclone Hudud, right? Wind velocity, cyclonic wind velocity, right? Was recorded between 220 to 250 kmph, right? So if you convert into meter per second, if you look at IS code versions also, basic wind speed recommended for Visakhapatnam region was 50 meter per second, whereas wind velocity crossed that, right? So that's why in design of structures along coastal area, one should take the history of recent severe cyclones and then design. So there is construction of huge number of flyovers, underpasses to handle the traffic congestion in urban areas, right? So construction of flyovers and underpasses in developed or urban areas is challenging task, right? So civil engineering students should be exposed to design and construction aspects of these facilities. And importantly, we should protect our environment. So we should assess the quality of air, water, and even soil. If they are found polluted in terms of the permissible parameters that are specified by the environment regulating authorities, we need to take measures, right, to control pollution of air, water, and soil. And many industries are generating waste. Even we have generation of large volumes of even domestic waste, right, market yard waste. So different solid waste, how to treat them and put to reuse, or how to use them either in their original form in construction activity, or by or after treating whether we can use them in construction activities, or can they be used in stabilization of soil with some chemical additives like cement or lime. So all those aspects are being actively considered, and engineers are trying to use, right, trying to use solid waste in different construction activities. So particularly from thermal power plants, right, coal ashes, fly ash, pond ash, bottom ash, right, they are being extensively used in different construction activities. Fly ash is being used even in production of right, Portland pozzolanic cements, right. So in stabilization of soils also, while stabilizing clay soils with lime, we are adding fly ash as a pozzolanic material. Okay. So in civil engineering, the only problem that comes is whenever there is a slowdown of economy, so there will be problem to the construction project, because governments will restrict the right budget allocations, and thereby civil engineers, right, particularly construction engineers working in particularly private sector, they will face problem for some time, right? Except that as long as there is no slowdown of economy, there is ample scope for civil engineers, never-ending scope. And one more thing is, civil engineer is responsible for the construction. If suppose a civil engineer is involved in construction of a facility, high-rise building, suppose if it collapses after some time, right, it is a bad remark, right? So it will lead to serious damage, property damage, as well as there will be loss of lives. So that's why civil engineer should be attentive all the times, and there is no scope for any errors in design or execution of projects. Okay, so just like doctor, if he doesn't pay proper attention, right, either if he prescribes improper medicine, or whatever diagnosis he makes, if it is wrong, right, that will lead to loss of life of patient. Just like that, civil engineer also should be very careful. We should check the designs twice or thrice and ensure that it is proper. And while execution also, quality control, right, at every stage we should exercise right, checking the quality of materials used, and particularly reinforcing detail that how bars are placed, whether bars of columns and beams, right, they are coupled properly or not, whether proper development length is provided or not. Similarly, column footing, column reinforcement extension into footing, whether it is done properly or not, right, following the caudal specifications, right? He has to check. Okay. So civil engineers shall work hard with dedication to complete the project within the deadline, and at the same time, in the hurry of meeting the deadline, you should not compromise on quality, right? So I'll take you through some of the slides containing structures which are world famous. During your leisure time, you can browse internet and read the details of this. This is world's tallest skyscraper, Burj Khalifa. This is world's largest sea bridge in China. This is largest amusement park in the world, present in Dubai. So all these beautiful right monuments are planned, designed, and constructed by civil engineers. This is world's largest wooden structure existing in Spain. This is world's largest cable-stayed bridge present in Florida. This is Burj Al Arab. So I'll take you to some of the prominent Indian structures as well. This is 260-meter high, 65 floors high-rise building in Calcutta. So this is Palace Royal, present in Worli, Mumbai. 320-meter high, initially proposed with 320-meter high in 88 floors, but later, subsequently, there were some legal issues and it was constructed to 290-meter height. This is Supernova Spira, 300-meter high with 80 floors, present in Mumbai. This is Bandra Worli Sea Link. So connecting Bandra and Worli, right? A sea link is constructed with cable-stayed bridge. The length of this sea link is about 5.8 kilometers, and this link has a 8-lane pavement. So with this link, the travel time between Bandra and Worli is cut down by about 20 to 30 minutes during peak hours. So it is completely constructed in sea. So this is AUCE towers constructed recently in Visakhapatnam at Setamudara. So this is a flyover at NAD junction. We used to have a lot of traffic congestion at NAD junction. So with the construction of this flyover, waiting time, particularly those who are traveling on NH, right? There is no much waiting. They are freely going now. So many beautiful flyovers are there in different cities of India even. Need not look at flyovers built abroad, right? So all these are constructed by civil engineers, keep in mind. So this is Kanakadurga flyover in Vijayawada. Some of you might have traveled on this also. Okay. So I hope through my talk, you have got some insights into the civil engineering, its fields of specialization, different fields of specialization. What are the employment opportunities for civil engineers, particularly with B.Tech degree, and also with M.Tech degree, what other opportunities are there, and also how you should undergo your B.Tech civil engineering education or M.Tech your specialized, right, chosen dedication.
Yes, sir.
Always field orientation is required, and you should correlate the things from the field to whatever you are learning in the classroom. And
Yes, sir.
I hope with the information presented through this talk, right, certainly it will motivate you all further in your civil engineering field. And certainly, I hope you will plan for your higher education in different specializations of civil engineering, and also some of you will work for PhD also by doing quality research in the areas that are listed, right, challenging areas. So I take this opportunity to thank the authorities of Andhra University, particularly Vice Chancellor Professor PVTD Prasad Reddy Garu, and Principal AU College of Engineering, Professor Peri Srinivas Rao Garu, and Professor Mallikarjuna, Mallikarjuna Triple Department, convener for this technical talks program. It is being organized under the banner GITA, General Interest Topics Avenue. So I
Yes, sir.
thank you all for giving me this opportunity and to share my experiences with the students of civil engineering. And also, I hope this information will motivate the students who are going to join B.Tech. It will guide them in considering the civil engineering as their preferred choice, right? So they should keep in mind that civil engineering is nowhere less. They can get their core job, and additionally they are eligible for right, any software job. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
with this I thank you all for your interest in attending to these technical talks offered by GITA of AU College of Engineering.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, sir. We are really pleased to hear your presentation and your speaking, sir. It was pleasure to. It was a pleasure for Geeta to have a host like you, sir. Guest like you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I see no questions here, sir. So I shall. We can close the meeting, sir.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for staying here with Geeta. I hope everyone liked the video about the civil engineering department. I hope the juniors and fellow mates who are in civil engineering and going to join civil engineering have a good knowledge now about taking up civil engineering and its benefits. I want to thank Professor Mallikarjun Rao Garu and Professor Ramsudha ma'am for letting us conduct such a good Gita talk. And I um, I even want to thank our Vice Chancellor and our beloved Principal Garu for presenting us a good opportunity for students and giving us a platform where students can learn from a great professors like us, like uh, thank you all. Please like, share, and comment. We hope we get a good response from you guys. See you on the next video next Sunday. Thank you.